Hey YouTube, it's your girl Dr. J, and I am excited for this video because this is a video talking about the first Instructables project that Engineering Dad and my husband and I put out on Instructables, and I will admit it was mostly my husband who did the work. Basically, Intel and Instructables sent us an Intel Edison with an Arduino and said, hey, what kind of projects can you create for kids? So that's what we wanted to do. This is something that we've been doing quite a bit. My husband and I have been doing STEM-based projects for kids for the past 7 years. About 7 years ago, we did our first Mommy and Me, Daddy and Me science class, and we try to continue with that and develop great things really for our kids. And then we go out there and say, hey, this works, this fits well, I want to share it with other people's kids as well. So this is just a continuation of that, and we try to grow in complexity for our projects as our kids grow and develop. So that's really what's leading to this. And so the projects that we're going to be doing are all related to environmentalism, because that's something that our kids are really interested in, especially salamander. And so all the projects that we do for this series are going to be related to how can kids do just little things to make their home as green as possible. So what we have is a plant moisture sensor, and so it's using the Intel, I can't really pull it off because I want to pull the plant off, but it's using the Intel Edison with an Arduino. And another thing that it has is the LCD RGB sensor. And the way that it works is that you put the sensor, this is the sensor, get the dirt off. Okay, this is the sensor, and as you can see, the sensor is out of the plant. Here we go. So the sensor is out of the plant. So what you read on the sensor is that it says needs water, of course, because the sensor is out of the plant. But as soon as I put my sensor in my plant, it's going to read it, and it says looking good. And even if you can't read the looking good, you can see that it turned to green from like that reddish orange, like kind of caution area. So green lets me know that this plant has enough water, so I don't have to water it right now. And when my plant needs to be watered, the screen is going to let me know. And all of the instructions for how to do this are on our Instructable. You can just look up DAJedu on Instructables, and you'll see the project with all the directions. It was programmed using the Arduino programming. I don't know if you can see that, but we use Arduino 1.6.6. But all the code, every single thing you need, it has all of the materials that you're going to need to build this project, all the instructions that you will need, as well as all the code that you will need to make it work. We're going to try to do additional projects as we have time, but you guys know Engineering Dad is engineer, and so his priorities are wife, priorities to his wife, priorities to his kids, and then work, and then all the other hobbies that come later. So this falls into the hobby category. So, oh, hello, Speedster. Speedster just handed me another, is an aloe vera plant. So we're going to try this with our aloe vera plant. So let's see. So we took our sensor out, and as you can see, it says needs water because we took it out. And so let's see how our aloe vera plant is doing. Guess what? Our aloe vera plant needs water. You guys see how that didn't change when I took it out? So this plant needs water. So we have to water the plant. So that lets us, and that shows you that it's not going to automatically say that it needs water just because you stick it into a plant, because this plant, and I can tell that it's dry, it clearly needs water. Whereas this one does not. It's looking good. It's green. So the coding definitely works. All the sensors definitely work. This is a great project for kids. Generally going to be in that kind of operating in a middle school area, a little bit upper elementary. We know kids can do it. We tested it with our kids. So it's a fun project. It's a great starter project. We have tons more sensors to test. So we're going to be showing kids how they can green their house as much as possible. And so I wanted to put it out there, let you guys know that those are going to be up. I'm going to put a link to the Instructable on there. The Instructables community is really great. You can find tons of projects, not just STEM related, but they have lots of life hacks and cooking and just all sorts of projects. So it's really a fun website with lots of great information that you can do. And they also have lots of contests and different things like that. But we are really happy to be able to contribute to the Instructables community. We're really happy to be able to put some stuff out there for kids. We're going to try to keep the projects coming as much as possible, because as much as we love doing projects with our kids, when something works and it works well, we want to make sure we share it with other families as well, because it's all about paying it forward. It's all about making sure that there's room in this world for everybody, and we want to introduce STEM and STEM activities to as many kids as possible. So hopefully this is a project that if your kids are looking for something to do and looking for an introduction to Arduino, and you have an Intel Edison, or you can hack it to be able to do it with other things, that's great. But just wanted to let you guys know that the Instructable was out there. Again, I'll put a link to it, and I will also let you guys know when we put more Instructables up. We're gonna try to keep them coming often, but I can't really put a date. I can't say if we're gonna be able to do one once a month, or once every 2 months, or once a quarter. I just don't know. It's just gonna be when it can fit into our schedule and work for everybody. And we want to make sure that the things that we do are tested with our kids, so we know that kids can really do them and they're kid friendly. So we're excited about this, and we hope that it's helpful for you guys as well. And yeah, excuse the hair. I am feeling like Diana Ross over here, guys, for real. But hope this helps. This is Dr. J, and I'm out. Bye-bye.